Okay, guys and gals, about 10 seconds of the obligatory disclaimer. If you want to read the whole thing, just pause the video. All right, premium members only. Let's take a look at wheat futures. This is March 2022 contracts. It looks like temporarily, well, by the way, you can trade the /XW future contracts if you want to as well. Okay, those are going to be more affordable for smaller accounts. Okay, so here's the deal. Looks like wheat has temporarily found a little bit of a bottom here on the daily. Okay. Last 2 days have been a little bit sideways and small. Man, look how small these have been. A little 13.5, and that one right there is a new day that just started, I believe. Yeah. But it's hard to get by this. And almost all the products are showing this. It's going to be real hard for this, I believe, to stay above the 50. This is the thing about wheat is this is a fairly aggressive rising 50. So we really got to watch that. Okay, it's aggressive, more aggressive than the other commodities. More aggressive than crude and gold and all that. You can see the incline here. It's very steep, right? So you got to really be aware of that. The rising 50 is sharp on the daily, okay? But I think it's going to be difficult for this not to continue down. That pressure is very real. It's like an open fire hose. Because just look back here. It's just in August. Look how far it came down. Yeah, a little bounce. See, this is where I think we're at, guys. I think we're right here. So let's do this together, okay? So take a look at this. Let's take a look at this. It's about, we're going to, first of all, this is higher. It's higher. It's at, let's see, where was that peak? Give me a second here. That was at like 24. And this peak was 20. So this event is higher on the MACD than this one. Okay, so just keep that in mind. That matters. The amplitude matters. Okay, amplitude is the distance from here to here is greater here than this one. Not by much. Yeah, maybe they're about the same. Okay. So let's talk about this right here. See how this little gap starts forming? Same as what we got going on there, right? Very similar. So what happened? It came down, and by the way, these candlesticks are definitely more aggressive than these. Okay, but it came down. It kind of ran out of steam. Why? Because it's approaching the 50. And what did it do for like, 1, 2, 3, 4 days? It tracked sideways. Okay, it looks like there's a contract. Looks like a contract kicked in and it gapped up. Okay, something like that's going on there. So we're probably not going to get that over the next few days because that new contract is way over here on the 17th. So don't think we're going to get a gap up like we did in this, but we can still use this as a comparison. Okay, and that is it tracked sideways for a few days. What do we got going on right now? Tracking sideways. And what did it do eventually? Got below it. And this time I think it's even potential to get below even more because there isn't going to be a gap up here like there was here because we're not near a new contract. This is not near a new contract. That's way over here. Okay. So my instincts tell me on the daily chart, it's going to pierce this 50-day. It might be in a few days and then get below it. Okay? That's what my instincts tell me. That these little bounces are going to be just like you might get kind of like that stuff, some green days and a little bit of up and whatever, but don't let it fool you. I don't think it's sustainable. Okay? Don't think it's sustainable. Real quick on the monthly. Man. That just if December ends with a red candlestick, that's going to be something to keep an eye on. Got a long way to go on that. Weekly, looking a little vicious. Divergence warnings on the Big Daddy. And look, guys, check this out. We're on the weekly chart. Look at this. Have you seen a cluster of 4 divergence warnings like since April? Everything on this chart? No. It hasn't happened. Okay? So on the weekly, again, I think we'll get some more love out of this going down. Maybe we get down to 750. Okay? I think that's very possible. 750 could happen. All right. Okay, well, okay, yep. Okay, hourly. Let's look at the hourly. Wow, well below the 50 hour. Well below the 50 hour. Nice. Yeah. So that daily chart is kind of tracking sideways and stalling. It could, on the hourly, could get above it and start doing some stuff up in here. You know, you might get something like this, guys. Okay, over a period of like 2 or 3 sessions. That's very possible that could happen just based on what I'm seeing there. Okay, so wait on the hourly if you want to trade wheat. I'd wait a little bit to see if it gets above the 50 hour and just let's see what it does. Okay. If it gets a hardcore rejection, like a really hardcore rejection, okay, then you can do your short side strategies, okay. But that daily chart kind of gives me a sense of some sideways trading, and that usually translates into the hourly getting above the 50 hour, and then playing around like this one over here for a few sessions, okay. All right, that's it on the wheat. You know what? How about since we're here, let's take a peek at the oats. Let's take a peek at the oats. I might just throw in the oats with the wheat for now on, guys, real quick, just so everybody can keep track of the oats. Okay, the monthly. Wow, look at this. Look at this. Divergence warnings on the Big Daddy that haven't been seen in years. Okay. Yeah, that candlestick right there, guys. Oh my goodness, wow. I mean, that could be it. Could be. I'm a little bit like uncertain about January, February. Like we could get a rebound here because it's usually those kind of months, and then March bombs away. Okay, let me just look at the weekly here. Wow. Really hard not to trade this oats if this happens, guys. If it breaks below and we get that gap going on like that, that's trading time. And it's like really getting close. This stuff right here almost never fails, guys. It almost never fails. Okay, those warnings right there are usually really accurate. And they're just crazy. Again, you don't see this kind of cluster of divergence warnings for like forever and a day, especially on the Big Daddy. I haven't seen red in months. Okay. I think oats is going to be tradable for short side. I would trade it with just a small, very small position because it's thinly traded. You'd have to stomach some big movements. But I said it before, I think oats will make some people a fortune. I really mean that. It's going to make some people very wealthy. All right, that's it for now for the grains. Talk to you all real soon again next time.